I also really loved the video that you did on black feathers because I know when you first got Arlo, and you had mentioned this earlier, he didn't have his tail feathers and all his feathers were black. And for those who don't know, a black caped conure, it has these beautiful green feathers and their neck is just like these beautiful white and black like pattern
Yeah, they have
feathers.
a big beard.
Yeah, and they're so cute. And so I actually noticed that Mia had a little bit of black when we had gone to the vet, like the very tips. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? And this is why we got on the topic of like, let's do blood work. But then I also was watching your video and you mentioned the reasons why this could be. So tell us why sometimes parrots have black feathers.
Right. Well, it's usually due to one of the following. The first is sometimes the bird's not getting enough sunlight, which I think when I've had him in the beginning, I was living in a different house that had a very like dark bedroom that he lived in. And then when I moved into my next apartment, he was next to a huge window. He suddenly started getting much more light, and the black feathers started to dissipate. Sometimes it's also due to a poor diet or nutritional deficiencies, especially vitamin A. So a lot of times you'll see like Harrison's Bird Food, which is a great brand. They will use examples of birds that had black molted like feathers, and then they started on this great diet of the pellets, and then the feathers started to go away because the bird was healthier as a whole. But with Arlo and with Mia and conures in general, feathers will turn black if they are like handled too much, or the bird rubs against something. In this case, like they love to sit in our hands like little ice cream cones.
Yeah, and that's what Mia loves. And I noticed that Arlo loves that too, just to be held like an
Yes.
ice cream, a burrito. Just hold me.
Yeah. The feathers themselves like don't actually have a pigment. It's the way they grow. It reflects light. And so if the feathers get scruffed up or marred enough, then they'll lose that reflective ability and we'll see the true color, which is just the black. But with our parrots, and it's good if they like being handled, that's awesome. They're snuggling with us, and it's okay.
Yeah, and you had mentioned that like the oils from our hands, they like oversaturate their feathers, and that's why they can like start to get black. Well, I started to handle her a little bit less. Like instead of holding her like a burrito, I'll let her just like go in my hair instead. And
Hmm.
she has a really good diet. She gets sunlight. And since our vet visit, all of her feathers are back to normal and they
Oh,
look
that's
great.
awesome.
So yeah, just a little tidbit for anybody who's wondering why their bird's feathers might be black.